This is a continuation of our lecture series on vector valued functions, and in this lecture we are discussing about limits of vector valued functions at given points. A vector valued function is a vector defined on parameter intervals and whose components are real valued functions. R of t is equal to f of ti plus g of tj plus h of tk. These vector valued functions have the same properties of vectors. For example, if r1 of t is equal to f1 of ti plus g1 of tj plus h1 of tk and r2 of t is equal to f2 of ti plus g2 of tj plus h2 of tk. r1 of t and r2 of t are two vector valued functions, and if their domains have non-empty intersection, then we can define a new function r1 plus r2 on that intersecting interval such that r1 plus r2 of t is equal to r1 of t plus r2 of t. So the sum behaves exactly like the sum of two vectors, and therefore we can add the components, and so we obtain the result as f1 of t plus f2 of t I plus g1 of t plus g2 of t j plus h1 of t plus h2 of t k. Similarly, we can define the square multiple of a vector function r of t by a constant c, that is cr of t is equal to cr of t, or we can write it as cf of ti plus cg of tj plus ch of tk. So the algebraic operations on vector valued functions are similar to that of vectors. Since the components f, g, h of the vector function are real valued functions, we can investigate the ideas of limits and continuity involving r using the properties of these functions. So the limit of a vector r of t is defined in terms of the limits of its component functions. That is, let r be a function defined by r of t is equal to f of ti plus g of tj plus h of tk, where all these functions f, g, h are real valued functions. Then limit t tends to a, r of t is equal to limit t tends to a f of t then limit t tends to a, r of t can be defined by limit t tends to a f of ti plus limit t tends to a g of ti plus g of tj plus limit t tends to a h of t k. If all these three limits exist and if as t tends to a, the vector r of t as t tends to a, the vectors r of t approaches to a constant vector L. So as in the case of real valued functions, here also as t tends to some particular value, the vector approaches to a particular limit vector. And now we can find the limits of given vector valued functions at the given points, and it is a very easy process because we can do it component wise. So we have an example. Find limit t tends to 0 r of t where r of t is equal to t plus 2i plus t cos 2t j plus e raised to minus t vector k. Limit t tends to 0, r of t is equal to, we know that it is equal to limit t tends to 0 root of t plus 2 I plus limit t tends to 0 t cos 2t j plus limit t tends to 0 e raised to minus tk, and this is equal to root t plus 2 as t tends to 0 goes to 2, so 2i plus t tends to 0, so 0j plus e raised to minus 0 is equal to 1, therefore k. So the vector, the limit is 2i plus k. So here vector r of t approaches this constant vector as t tends to 0. We can have one more example. Find limit t tends to 0 r of t is equal to e raised to minus t sin t by t cos t. Where r of t is equal to e raised to minus t sin t by t cos t, and here the limit is equal to limit t tends to 0 r of t is equal to limit t tends to 0 e raised to minus t limit t tends to 0 sin t by t and limit t tends to 0 cos t. Here t tends to 0 e raised to t is 1, sin t by t is 1 and cos 0 is also 1, therefore our limit is I plus j plus k. One more example. Find limit t tends to 0 plus r of t where r of t is equal to cos t tan t by t t ln t, and limit t tends to 0 plus r of t is equal to limit t tends to 0 cos t, that is 1, and limit t tends to 0 plus tan t by t, that is also 1, and t ln t tends to 0, therefore the limit is 0, and the constant vector is I plus j.